Oh, there you are, YouTube. As part of the effort to make sure I watch all of the Best Picture nominees for the Oscars, today we are watching Nightmare Alley, Guillermo del Toro's movie starring Bradley Cooper and other people. So yeah, that's what today is. And we actually will have a guest reviewer again, just as we did with Don't Look Up. Tracy will be joining us to watch the movie and to help me review it. So let's get to watching Nightmare Alley. So,
How did it go?
How did it go? That's what I was gonna say, and
Are
I
you
was like, should I be
serious?
quoting Aladdin,
No,
isn't
Aladdin,
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
Aladdin.
Iago.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think
Okay, so
of Nightmare Alley?
you and I have spoken about some plot things, but we've not spoken about whether we liked the movie or not at all.
Right.
So this would be our first time
Yeah.
saying this. I'm just saying that because I don't know if my opinion will be popular again.
Yeah, and also let's just say spoilers because
The whole thing's gonna be spoilers.
yeah, why dance around? So those are happening. It'd be difficult to dance around.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I thought I was interested the whole time.
Same.
I never knew what was going to happen. You kind of had an idea.
Yeah. I feel like I predicted the ending. I wasn't like out there trying to predict it.
But it's, yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, I wasn't like trying to like, okay, how's this gonna go? Like
Right.
mystery, let me try and figure it out. It just sort of happened.
You had an inkling, but you still
Yeah.
didn't know what could lead up to that point.
Right. There was just enough foreshadowing to where I was able to figure out the ending. And even though I guess I was right, I wasn't like feeling like, well, this movie's predictable.
Right.
You know, I didn't walk away thinking it was easy. Because I felt like the foreshadowing was turned on just enough to where maybe they were cool. Maybe Guillermo was cool with some people figuring out the ending.
Yeah, because I didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Which in hindsight I'm a little bit surprised by, but also I'm kind of glad that I didn't.
Yeah. And then
'Cause
Elizabeth kind of
Yeah.
caught on also with it kind of there was a strong point of foreshadowing.
I still wasn't quite there. But it doesn't really matter because the moment of realization for all of us was like a good, powerful movie moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's Bradley Cooper's fate, his character's fate.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if we should, even though we're spoilers, I don't know if we should say it. Just
Right.
because we haven't talked about the beginning of the movie.
Right.
So it would just be confusing.
Honestly,
say right now.
We don't need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it kept me interested the whole time. I really had no idea what was going to happen. But did I think it was like some incredible movie?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Am I ever going to watch it again? Probably not.
Yeah. I would only watch it again if it won Best Picture or
Yeah.
if somebody came over, I had it, they're like, oh, I've never seen that. I want to see it. I'd be like, okay, let's watch it. Yeah, I'm not against watching it again. It just probably wouldn't happen.
But why is my own opinion making me feel like a jerk?
Maybe because we just love Guillermo
Yeah.
and we thought Bradley was very good. I thought he
Yeah,
was
no,
really
there
good.
was nothing I could point to in the movie that was like, ugh,
Yeah,
that's bad, or this
right.
person's performance is bad, or anything like that. Nothing like that. It just is like, it didn't grab me in the way that I want to be grabbed by a Best Picture nom.
Yeah.
And it was compelling, but not, I don't know, not in the way that I wanted exactly.
Yeah.
That's really vague, but
I don't even know. You know, like when people talk about movie stars, they have that it factor.
mm-hmm.
Like, again, we liked everything about it.
Right, but the movie didn't have that.
But yes, the movie itself was just like missing just a little something
Yep.
to fully grab us.
That's exactly it.
And I think it is hard because we like Guillermo.
Yeah.
And
Well, we are not trying to talk
yeah,
S.
yeah, you don't want to be mean to a director you like a lot. But
Right.
again, there's nothing to be mean about.
No.
Because it is a good movie.
Yeah.
I think I just like some of the other ones more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, we're big fans of Crimson Peak, Pan's Labyrinth. You know, everybody likes those. But actually, I don't know if everybody likes Crimson Peak. Shape of Water. But yeah, something, I don't know. But again, we're not saying anything was bad. We really liked it. We were totally engaged, edge of our seat sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like looking over at each other like, oh, that sort of thing.
What? Yeah.
And having fun catching all of the like film noir tropes. Like there's the femme fatale.
Yeah.
Like full on, they go all in with that.
People calling each other dame. They call women dames all the
Yeah.
time in these movies.
Yeah, a lot of the language, the time period.
Basically everything takes place at night.
Yes, yeah. All the contrast, light and shadow, all that. Really great cinematography. I loved a lot of the camera movements.
Yeah, actually when Bradley and Rooney were in a car together and you could see just like half of her face.
Oh, yeah.
And she was basically saying like, I'm out.
Right.
I'm out. I'm doing this last thing and then I'm out.
Yeah. That was really good.
It was good.
I was like in...
Blow.
Does that happen in Blow? Oh, right. The scene, yeah.
The scene, but not the face.
I was thinking of I always go to like Blade Runner with whenever that's like the two-face where one's in shadow, one's not. Obviously, it happened before with original film noir films, but I always think of Blade Runner when what's her name? The main girl in Blade Runner.
Sean Young.
Sean Young, yeah. When she's like, "You think I'm a replicant, don't you?" And he's like, "Those aren't your memories. Those were implants." And like she's really struggling with the idea: Am I human? Am I a replicant? And she's very conflicted. And we're seeing, you know, a face in light and a face in shadow. And she's, you know, could she be human? Could she be a replicant? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I always go to, even though obviously it's been around way longer than Blade Runner.
Right.
But
I think
that was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good visual there
Well,
with Rooney.
A lot of people don't have issues with his cinematography.
Yeah.
It's always looking good.
Yeah.
I think the Cate Blanchett part of the story was tough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't quite know her angle.
Yes.
Maybe, and the only thing I can come up with is she and Bradley Cooper's character are similar.
Yeah.
And it was like they met and it was like, ooh, we're of the same ilk.
Mm-hmm.
But then they veered off or they exploded and veered off or something like that. And so I couldn't tell. Is she just in it for the game of it?
Right.
What's her angle?
Yeah, what is her angle?
And is it just because she met somebody in him that she's like, ooh, here's a challenge and I want to see if I can win or whatever? It was kind of hard for me to know.
Yeah, and like Bradley Cooper is so, like he's a mentalist and he's so skilled at it, incredibly skilled, to where you think he's always on. He even says he's always on, and we see him on all the time, to where it's hard.
He won't even drink because of it.
Yeah, and like any moment where he's being vulnerable, you question as you're watching it. Wait, is this part of his act, or is it actually vulnerable? Then we see some flashbacks whenever that happens, like that happened in his life, and I think those are the clues that tell us no, he's actually being vulnerable here. He's not on, but Cate Blanchett, she's a psychiatrist, the femme fatale, but she is very skilled at her work with reading people and being able to play people and con people. So same thing with her. Is she being real? Is she being not? And when you have two people in a scene that are doing that, you are on guard. I feel like, and it becomes tough to read, tough to decipher, almost confusing.
Yeah.
You overthink it, maybe?
Yeah, well, because you're like, ostensibly these are both like bad guys, so you're like, whose side am I on? And it's hard as a viewer to be like, I don't know whose side I'm on.
Yeah.
Because Bradley's an unreliable narrator.
Right.
Or at least he seems like he probably is. If he's grifting everyone else, is he grifting us as well?
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
And also, but we do have some insight into his background, whereas we have zero about Cate Blanchett.
Right.
Maybe we would be more prone to be on her side if we knew her story. But
right.
we don't know that.
Yeah.
We only know his shit.
Right. Actually, now I'm wondering, like, when she is, like, how'd you know about my mother? Was that an act? I don't actually know. I don't think.
That's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. If he's being vulnerable, in like you were talking about, it could be real, but he also could be using it.
Right.
Like there's no rule that says if he's being vulnerable, it also isn't part of his grift.
Right. Yeah.
And so she could be. It could all be wrapped up. Like she could be doing something similar.
Right, because it's almost like she is a mentalist also, but is using it through a legit job.
Exactly.
Where he is doing it through like carnival tricks. So yeah, I don't know. Their scenes, I agree, were like kind of difficult to decipher, a little frustrating. You know, still captivating. You're sitting there watching it like, let me try and figure this out.
Right, when you're kind of waiting to figure it out and you like never truly do. At least I didn't.
I don't think I did either.
I mean,
and I still don't fully know her angle.
No, well, that's the issue. That's one of my biggest issues. But that could have been his intention.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know. And I just disagree with. I don't know.
The way her character was wrapped up, wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like she needs a graphic novel to accompany.
But I also don't need everything to be laid out perfectly for me in every movie or something. I'm not saying that.
But here it felt a little odd.
Yeah.
We learned today this is based off a book, but also a movie. So it's kind of like a remake, but also an adaptation. Neither one of us have read it, the book, or seen the movie.
The movie came out in 1947.
Okay. And the movie took place in the late 30s and early 40s?
Yeah, at the start of World War II.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We talked about maybe we'll watch the original in come October.
Kind of curious. It could just be kind of
might be a good Halloween-ish movie. But yeah, I don't know. I think I gotta sit on it for a while.
Yeah.
But I have some frustrations, but also really liked it. But not gonna.
There was nothing like bad about the story or like unenjoyable. Like there was some creepy stuff, but you know that going into one of these movies that you're gonna get that and you expect it. And
quick moments, but very gory. You know, very
classic face issues that he
loves. Very face mutilation. He loves to put that in there. Guillermo has become famous for that.
He doesn't like people having noses.
No, let's see if we can get rid of that nose. Yeah, it was. We were there for the whole ride.
Yeah,
I was never bored, never not interested.
Yeah, it was engaging for sure. Yeah, but I can't tell if I'm like honestly getting old and I don't like as many movies. Or do I really think that the ones I happen to watch are not as good as the ones or they don't have the nostalgia factor yet or something like that? I'm kind of confused about. I think I might be an unreliable narrator.
I feel like I am always unreliable because I usually like everything. Or I'm neutral. It's very rare when I'm like, nope, didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a little more opinionated.
A little more opinionated. But yeah, I don't know. We were both captivated.
Yeah.
Engaged. Really following the story.
Right.
And you know, that's good. It's good for that. How long was it? Was it a long movie?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours? Okay.
So, yeah, it didn't feel that long,
No,
honestly.
we had to pause it at one point. Like, I could tell the movie had been on for a while. We had to pause it. We were only like halfway through, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, we still have a whole nother half left.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think it felt long or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what I'm interested in after watching this one and then Don't Look Up is, wow, the tones of those movies were wildly different. And just from the little bit I know about the other nominated movies, I'm like, this is a wild batch.
Yeah, very. I think ultimately, like the other one, Don't Look Up is going to be definitely easier to watch, and probably, actually, I don't even know if I would rewatch that one. I don't rewatch movies as much as I used to.
I feel like it would be hard. I think whenever we're finally done with pandemic stuff,
yeah,
I think it would be hard to like wanna, or
dive
if we
in.
ever will be, or I don't even know, to wanna like revisit this time.
Right.
Even though that movie wasn't like about the pandemic.
Right.
I think it would be kind of hard.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But at least the comedy factor could edge it up over some of the other stuff during this time.
Right. But it's also very dated, that movie.
You're right, and you have an issue
with politics.
With the context being very dating a movie in a specific.
Yeah, if it's like right now, because I always don't know. I always don't know if
I never know.
Like right. I never. I never know what is actually going to stick years down the road. You know, like Back to the Future has that famous like "Give me a tab." You know, but Tab wasn't even popular by the time the movie came out. Like, it was gone.
Right.
And it's funny there in that movie, but that doesn't always work in other movies. So
right. Well,
yeah.
now because Tab is like a joke.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And so they're kind of like in on the joke.
Yeah, but that entire movie, so much of the beginning anyway, is just like, here's a thing that's happening right now. Here's a thing that's happening right now. I just don't think it's going to age in a way that will make it a classic. Or a like an easy viewing unless you were there, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Ultimately, I guess all I'm trying to say is I liked this movie better, even though it would be harder to watch.
I think so too, but it's kind of like it's not like there weren't like action, like intense sequences, because they existed, but it's kind of like, it seems kind of like a background movie to me.
Yeah, it's kind of level.
Kind of like, yep, and it's a period piece, which always works well for that, and I really don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a way like, it looks nice, and even if I might not want to, even if I won't be able to have the level of engagement I saw on a first watch, I still might want it around.
Yeah.
In kind of a way, you know?
Right, yeah. I think that's all. I don't know. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Elizabeth?
What do you got to say? Over here knitting a shawl or something. What is that, a sweater?
That was just for the joke, I knew.
So, yeah. You want to do the outro? Do you have it this time?
I can't believe last time I said, he had to prompt me for perhaps, and then I said, we'll see you soon.
Way off.
And perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.
Nailed it.
So